The previous module, we looked at the importance of hydration when it comes to managing our performance and our health and our weight. This module is about rethinking your drink, and you need to seriously do that. Rethink your drink, especially if you want to shrink. Is that good? I kind of came up with that once, and I usually don't come up with such funny things, but it is important because when we look at all the things that we drink, the liquids that we consume, what we know is that, firstly, liquids don't pull the handbrake on your appetite. So when you're consuming a beverage or a liquid, it may temporarily make you feel like you're satisfied or you've had something to drink, but very soon after that, once the liquid has passed through your upper digestive tract, your hunger is just going to come right back. But if it was a beverage or a liquid that contained calories or kilojoules or stimulants, they are still going to play a big role in whether you gain weight or you absorb or you are affected by the ingredients that were in that drink. So rethinking your drink becomes important when you want to manage your energy, your performance, and your waistline too. And when we're not drinking enough water to stay hydrated and we feel like drinking something, generally that is when we are not going to go and grab a glass of water. We're going to look for something else. And maybe something else will be a cup of coffee or a flavored coffee or a fruit juice or an energy drink or a vitamin-rich water, maybe alcohol. And all those drinks that I've just mentioned, they either contain energy in the form of calories or kilojoules, which are part of your daily requirement and will play a role on whether you sustain your weight or whether you're able to lose weight, or they contain other ingredients and stimulants like caffeine or alcohol that will affect your performance. So when we look at the kind of drinks that are available, if we look at things like fruit juices, fruit juice is a good one to start with because I know there's this idea that fruit juice must be healthy because it's made from fruit. Fruit is healthy, but when we make fruit juice, we use a lot of fruit to get the juice. So to give you an idea of what a lot is, on average, one piece of fruit produces about 100 milliliters of juice. That means that an ordinary glass of, let's say, orange or apple juice that is maybe 500 mils or half a liter would be the equivalent of 5 oranges or 5 apples. And you would likely never sit and in one sitting eat 5 pieces of fruit, but you would easily drink and consume that equivalent in juice. And when we make the juice, we lose all the good stuff that comes from the soluble fiber, so the fiber that's in the pulp and the peel, and all we have is the extracted juice of the fruit, which is not healthy. So fruit juice and many other drinks that are labeled or promoted as healthy, like these vitamin-flavored waters and energy type drinks and sports type drinks that are really not something that the corporate athlete needs to have. Maybe if you were doing lots of exercise, you were on a 4-hour cycle or running a marathon, then there may be an opportunity for you to drink these concentrated type of beverages. But even then, we know that many athletes use them in very, very small amounts. So what I'm trying to say is when you're drinking throughout your day is to make sure that, first of all, are you having your basic baseline, your quota of water to make sure that you're hydrated? So that when you choose to drink another beverage, it's because you want to enjoy the drink and not because you're trying to quench your thirst or hydrate. And then be aware that even though a drink may be labeled as healthy, you want to make sure that you're not consuming too many extra kilojoules or calories from that drink. And then if you're looking at drinks like coffee that may contain stimulants or energy drinks that contain lots of caffeine. Caffeine, I love a good cup of coffee, but I also understand that if I need 4 or 5 or 6 cups of coffee to function and to make it through my day, then I'm not harnessing my internal energy. I'm relying on the stimulant, the caffeine that I get from the drink. And that's not a place that I want to be. I want to be able to be my own CEO, Chief Energy Officer. That means I can mobilize energy when I need it on demand. And when I have tea or coffee, it's because I want to enjoy that cup of coffee rather than necessarily having to have the stimulant to function. So a guideline, if you are a coffee drinker, is to stick to less than 3 cups of coffee a day. Ideally 1 or 2 is about right. And if you're drinking regular tea, on average, you could have 2 cups of regular tea for every 1 cup of coffee. So you don't want to have more than, say, 4 to 6 cups of regular tea a day. And one tip that can help you, if you are somebody who enjoys regular tea and coffee, is in between every cup of tea or coffee that you have, is to have a glass of water or a herbal tea, so that in between you intersperse the coffee and tea with water. And I find if you're somebody who's used to drinking maybe 6 cups of coffee, and now you have a glass of water or herbal tea in between every cup of coffee, you may find that without really trying, you automatically go from 6 cups of coffee to 4 cups of coffee. Because otherwise you'll be spending a lot of time in the bathroom, and you don't want to be doing that. And that's a good place to start. So we mentioned in an earlier module that reading labels can be very informative. And this is so true when it comes to beverages. So whenever you're drinking something and there is a food or a label on that item, take a look. Look at the energy, look at the list of ingredients, and that can help you to make smarter choices. And in the next video, I'll take you through some tips and some practical ideas around managing that other drink, alcohol, so that we can make sure that we make smarter choices and rethink our drink to our best advantage when it comes to choosing alcoholic beverages.